Our team is on the ground in Tok as the Mukluk fire continues. We've got a closer look at the damage in the burn zone. And rain is falling on the fire area tonight, but that storm is moving east quickly. I'll show you the changes that we'll likely see tomorrow.
Plus, we're learning more about a plane crash that killed 3 people in July, what the NTSB's initial report reveals.
And a developing oil sheen out of Cook Inlet, the latest on the investigation into the source of this oil.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Good evening. We are following the Mukluk wildfire out of Tok tonight. Alaska Division of Forestry reducing the level 3 go evacuation warning to within the fire's footprint.
Crews are now working on the southern perimeter of that fire to cool hot spots and remove hazardous trees. Our Alex Bengal is in Tok and shows us the damage.
Conditions have turned rainy here in Tok. This is just in the last half hour, and all day an unusual amount of wind has been whipping through the area. I'm in front of the fire camp. Right over my right shoulder, you can see the food tent, and all along the area, sandy cans and personal tents are dotting the landscape. Now, this is where the 350-person fire crew rest their hats when they're not busy battling the Mukluk fire. Containment efforts are ongoing. Our reporter Adrian Peterson was able to film some footage from behind the fire line. In the meanwhile, we were not able to get any footage of burned structures, but as you can see, some of the trees in the area have taken a lot of damage from the fire. It has so far consumed more than 7,000 acres as well as more than 40 structures, leaving some people in the community without a home as winter approaches. And the community has responded with donations coming in large amounts, all being kept at the Tok School. These donations include clothes, food, personal items, books, even a few DVDs in there. A huge outpouring of support from the community. Another group in the area has started building temporary shelters, Arctic winter shelters that are insulated with a little bit of wiring for those people in the community who need a place to stay in the winter in Tok, which can be very punishing with both low temperatures and a fair amount of wind. Governor Dunleavy has meanwhile issued a disaster declaration, which means that those who have been affected by the Mukluk fire may also be eligible for some government help. Alex Bengal, Alaska's news source.
Well, this station is partnering with the American Red Cross for relief donations.
The Red Cross is in Tok right now providing supplies at a local disaster center. Those who would like to donate can scan this QR code that's now on your screen, or you can find it on our website.
And we have seen wet weather and wind here in Anchorage, and it looks like some of that is making its way to the fire as well.
We've got Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry with more on how longer this storm sticks around.
Yeah, the good news is that rain will likely really bring some saturating rain across the fire overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So as the storm continues to push east, wet conditions likely there in Tok. This is what it looked like there this afternoon. Temperatures still in the upper 50s. Winds not too bad at this hour out of the southwest at about 7 miles per hour. We do have stronger winds just west of this area. In fact, a wind advisory is in effect for those higher elevations of the Alaska Range passes. And you can see that heavy rain that has just now made its way through Fairbanks. That is pushing east, and at least some of that should fall there in Tok tonight into tomorrow morning. We've also been seeing that rain most of the day here in South Central, but again, that front quickly moving on to the east. Drier conditions in behind it, and those winds calming down as well. Some impressive wind this afternoon. Right now, still seeing gusts at about 33 miles per hour. They're out of the southeast, but those are going to taper off overnight. The highest wind we've seen in Anchorage is 49 miles per hour earlier this afternoon out at Ted Stevens. Also seeing stronger winds as you head up into the hillside. Kenai seeing gusts over 40 miles per hour. Now, as we look ahead to tomorrow, as that storm pushes east, we'll see those clouds clearing. Mostly sunny in Anchorage through the second half of the day with highs in the low 60s. Fairbanks, just a little light rain lingering. We will see some scattered showers there in Juneau in the low 60s. Bethel, though, after some brief morning cloud cover, that sunshine coming back. A nice break between storms for you with high temperatures back into the mid 50s. Now I'll have a closer look at the rest of the week and that weekend here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Melissa. We have an update tonight on the plane crash near McCarthy that killed 3 people this past July. The NTSB released an initial report today. It does not identify a cause, but does provide a timeline. NTSB says the pilot was flying the Piper PA 2020-150 plane from McCarthy Airport to the Upper Dan Creek Airstrip July 27th. The report says the plane crashed around 9:30 p.m. as it attempted to land. 3 people were on board and they were killed. We have an extended look at the report now on our website.
We're also learning more tonight about the people on board the plane that crashed near Cape Newinham on Thursday. The NTSB confirmed that there were 8 people on board that plane. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers have identified Hayden Scalise and Sabrina Hansen. One other passenger was identified as Lieutenant Leah Borsich. We still don't know the identities of the 2 pilots, and there were also contractors on board that plane. However, we are learning from friends of one of the victims more about USACE employee Sabrina Hansen. Casey Cash, a friend of Sabrina's from her hockey community, gave us a statement saying, quote, "She always had a smile on her face and a giggle I will never forget. She brought positivity wherever she went and will be deeply missed by everyone who had the privilege of knowing her." We will continue to update online and on air as we receive more information about both the names of the victims and who they were.
State officials say they have been unable to find the source of an oil spill that was spotted in Cook Inlet yesterday.
We first learned about this yesterday. Here's video taken by a pilot who flew over the area on Monday. The Alaska Department of Conservation confirms that no oil was observed today in their flyover, although there are response crews still in place on the inlet. The oily sheen, as you can see it here, again set by a pilot yesterday afternoon, was located near an inactive oil platform called Spark that's now owned by Hillcorp. One environmental group says the abandoned platforms pose a constant hazard and should be taken down.
It's unclear whether that's the cause of this spill, but this is one indication that we need to make sure that Hillcorp and the oil producers are cleaning up these old dangerous platforms. It's just too vulnerable and sensitive in Cook Inlet to let them have these risky platforms still existing in the inlet in open waters.
Now, the company is involved in this spill response. In a release, the company says the platform in question was plugged and abandoned by the previous operator in 2009.
The battle over Alaska's Tongass National Forest heating up again.
There was a request to exempt the 9 million acre rainforest from historic roadless rules. Now, local tribes and conservationists are fighting back. So the rollback removes roads and logging barriers across the Tongass. The USDA argues it's needed to fight wildfires, a point strongly defended by the timber industry. In a statement, Viking Lumber says the repeal restores public land access without harming conservation. Conservation groups are asking Alaskans to consider exactly what is at stake.
Public lands are really a birthright. You know, every single American citizen, public lands belong to you. You can go out to public lands for free. You can go hiking, camping, kayaking, canoeing, hunting, fishing, going out with your family to roast marshmallows over a campfire. I mean, you can do all that on public lands for free. And getting rid of the roadless rule, which protects the best forested land in the United States for critical habitat for wildlife, for clean drinking water, I mean, the list goes on and on.
In a statement to Alaska's news source, the Forest Service National Press Desk in Washington clarified that land use rules will remain unchanged until the rulemaking process is finalized. The public comment period for this ends September 21st. You can find full statements from both the Forest Service and Viking Lumber on our website and mobile app.
Anchorage parents, you still have time to go ahead to the Anchorage School District's vaccine clinic. Right now, it's going until 7 o'clock tonight at the District Education Center. ASD is offering several required vaccinations for school. It's free and open to all students. If you can't make this clinic, the district has another one September 16th. That's from 3 to 7 p.m.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.